'Twas the night before Halloween, and all throughout the house not a creature was stirring, except for an annoying otter and his friends. Welcome to the launch stream for the Shadow of Twin Moons, everybody. I am your intrepid host, the Lord Otter, and I'm joined by quite a few guests tonight. I guess I'll go ahead and start off with, let's go with Billy. How are you doing, good sir?
Couple.
Kapla. Umbrella, you've also joined us tonight to ask the Otter a few questions about his wonderful book. That is the best thing ever. Don't judge, I might be a little biased.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Otter. Yes, this is my first Q&A stream, joining it, looking forward to it, and hearing more about your book.
Hell yeah. All right. And last but not least for the moment, we have Wrangler joining us, which I think he has a second mic here, as I believe Wrangler is out smoking. How are you, good sir?
Wine.
Or it might not be working. Audio issues are a funny thing, folks.
Yep.
Well, in either case, we are gathered here on this fine night before Halloween to talk about The Shadow of Twin Moons, the best book ever written, as you can see here. Look at that cover. That is Neutron Boar. I think he did a mighty fine job himself. And yeah, I won't try and toot my horn too much, just because I know all of you guys have likely got questions for me. I'm going to be playing the trailer for The Shadow of Twin Moons as well, while we're all just kind of like discussing. So yeah, how's everybody doing tonight?
Not bad, not bad. How's your night going so far?
Pretty good. I'm pretty ecstatic, all things considered. Yeah, we can, let's go ahead and play the first, let's go ahead and play the trailer real quick before we get into questions, because I have a feeling that's going to take most of our time. So without further ado, let's pause the music and let's get right into the trailer. In 3, 2, 1. Also, at the end of that, I think we just got our first question by none other than Sir Author Timo Burnham. Grok, is this real? I think that's gonna set the
What's up,
tone rather
Timo?
nicely for tonight.
Or Timo.
Timo, I always get it wrong. That's the thing. Timo, I apologize if I got that wrong, but you asked for it. Nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, let's see. But yeah, so The Shadow of Twin Moons, it is the second book in the Steel and Stormbright saga. And I'll go ahead and probably ask Wrangler first. Wrangler, are you excited to see what's in store for the duo, the dynamic duo, the two brothers?
Wine.
I think his mic keeps consistently fucking up. How about you, Billy?
Sure.
Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, did you guys have any questions? This is pretty much going to be a Q&A stream. If you guys were curious about kind of like any parts of the writing process, what might be in store this time around, stuff like that.
Yeah, I want you to comment on the supposedly there's leaked footage of when you were writing the book.
Oh God.
You don't remember that?
Yeah, it was just me secretly filming in the background.
I remember that.
Do we even
Yeah.
have the video here?
I have no clue.
Oh no. I know the exact video you're talking about, and we don't have it. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's totally not real. Nothing ever happened. That's just the way it is. Many such cases.
Fake news, fake news.
You are fake news.
Hold up. I think I got it downloaded somewhere. Hold
No, no, please don't.
up. Let me find that one, you motherfucker.
I mean,
Listen,
But-
Otter, listen, Otter, this will get you great audience. Like, you know,
Oh God.
it might be not the audience you want, but you'll get it. You'll get the Sasquatch audience, right?
Well, it'll be like it'll be attracting all the otters, but it's a different kind of otter, you know? Oh
You have
boy.
to say, sir, this is the gayest book we've
What about you, Umbrella? What are your expectations going in with this second book? Anything that you think might be going on? Any theories? What you thinking?
Well, I was just wondering, it's like, where did the whole concept for the double-headed woman come from? You know?
That is
But
quite funny. Let me go ahead and pull up a picture of her now because it is quite relevant. Let me see if I can find her.
Were you just thinking
Yeah.
two heads are better than one?
No, actually not. It's funny because ever since I shared artwork for this character, it's been Frederick, Corey Barton, and quite a few artists are like, all right, we need to draw fan art for this character. I'm like, I didn't even intend for her to be sexy, really. Not really.
Sure.
Oh, come on.
Sure,
Whenever I gave the notes to Neutron Boar made the character design for them like way skimpier than I originally envisioned. I expected them just to have like robes on and everything. Meanwhile, he's got them like showing off like all sorts of skin.
Correct me if wrong. You did describe them as kind of thin cloth, Otter. Very see-through.
I mean, some of the cultists, sure, but like some of their followers, I guess. But it's like, I didn't expect quite this. What we're seeing on the screen.
No, I'm not gonna let you get away with that. No. 100%. It's 100% accurate if you send the description of that scene, because I remember the early version and what you finished. It is not that much of a leap to go, oh yeah, they'd be dressed slutty as well. Come on.
I mean, that is true, but it's like, I don't know, like, I always kind of, like, without giving anything away, I envisioned them more kind of like matronly type figures. Then it's like, once you give it into the hand of artists who do not give a fuck, no offense, my dear
yes.
artists,
The degenerates.
you get a bit of a skimpier design than was originally intended. So yeah, just a little bit anyway.
I mean, without any spoilers, it kind of fits in theme with it anyways, you know, let's be honest.
Heretic Commons says Wabafet. Wabba. Thank you, Sir Heretic. And I think Frequency has left us for the moment. That might be his internet connection. But yeah, that's kind of like the overall, like, I guess you could say that's the story behind them anyway. Oh my god, we've got a guest in the room. Oh my god, RH Snow, you're here!
No, you're here. Look at these people. It's Umbrella Cat and
Hello.
Bob Sack. And you-
Hi.
hey. Oh my gosh, Umbrella, I love your art so much.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, just for anyone wondering, she did the art for Otter's PingTuber, my PingTuber, and of course hers.
Yeah.
And
Billy
she's fixing to be working on one of mine, and then right after that, another one.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Dude,
Yep.
We haven't. Oh, go ahead, RH Snow. I've got another guest I'm about to introduce here in just a second.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. We have another guest joining us tonight, the great Kahuna.
Many such cases, many such cases.
Oh, come on.
Power again.
Hey, mate, you said hurry up, and I'm here. I did what was requested.
Why don't you go ahead and share your thumbnails that you were gonna have? Oh no! Hold up the video.
Oh, God. I changed the thumbnail,
I'll send
okay?
it to you later. I can't do it while I'm on the phone.
Oh,
Otter,
God.
we gotta play the video, Otter. We have to play that. There's
It's so
no
bad,
way we
dude.
do not play that.
Oh, God.
I did.
I hate that video. That's awful, dude.
I haven't seen it, but I bet it's cursed.
It is cursed.
It's so much worse than we wanted it to be. It all
This
started.
was-
We took Frederick's image for his comic, and everyone was making sexy videos with it. And I said, "What if I made her look like she had Down syndrome?" It didn't work.
Oh,
but
God.
it got us rolling. And then we moved on to Otter's cover, and I just asked the Otter to start doing things on the cover, and it developed from there.
I am so sorry you had to join this chaos, RH Snow.
This is,
Welcome to the stream.
you're my people. That's all right. That's what I expect from you. I expect to join a chat right when somebody says, and that's when they removed the giant thorn from my nostrils or something like that. And it'll be right in the middle of the most horrible thing ever. That's usually where I join. So I'm not happen this time.
So, anyways, Otter, I gotta tell you, the parallels with Berserk in this book. You know.
All right. What parallels are we talking about?
Well, you know, there's kind of a reverse Griffith.
Young
going on.
shirtless men, very shirtless.
I wouldn't call it as extreme as Griffith. Jesus, no.
What are you talking about? I'm hyping up your book, man. What are you talking about? Comparing it to Berserk.
I mean, comparing it in what way? That's a very key question.
I'm telling you right now that one of the greatest streams I ever listened to was y'all talking about Berserk. It made me be glad that it was there and glad I had not read it yet. So
I mean, I will say this. There were parts of Shadow of Twin Moons that were inspired by Berserk, but at the same time, it was me going, how could I have the themes of Berserk, some of the themes of Berserk, without having like the more kind of like grapey bits? Like,
So,
keep that over to the side, like not have it be like Berserk, but you can still have some of the themes that are like really effective.
well, no. I think it's great actually. I actually Berserk. I've been looking at parts of it because I really it needs to have a when I go read something, I like to read it completely all the way through. I binge it. And actually, I save my time for the people that I love right now. If they ask me to read an arc or something like that, I save my time for that. So I act stuff, and so I'm like, dude, I need to read. But just y'all talking about it and seeing the artwork and the arc itself, that's how important that line is. There is vulnerability to it, flash and war, that actually really speaks to, I think, about where they're coming from when they're talking about what it takes to go through this very harsh. And,
I hate to interrupt real quick, RH Snow. Your mic quality is getting very low.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's worse than mine, and I'm on a phone in the shower. It's too bad.
I'm gonna be back.
Kahuna, only you could like join a book launch stream while you're in the fucking shower. This is our book launch
You know,
stream.
with this opportunity,
everybody.
Otter, I should have had you send me one of those like stuffed up copies that they sent you for the first printing, and been like, anyway, here it is. We have it right here.
Otter was just mentioning to me the other day about you being shirtless, Kahuna. And so I'm not surprised to see you in the shower here.
It's not the first time I've been showering, streaming, but And it's definitely not the last. But
Okay, we've got another question from the chat here. Herman P. Hunter says, does anyone really believe that an otter wrote this book? I mean, come on, man, they're water weasels. Well, I'm pretty doubtful myself. Maybe it's AI.
I call them water devils. We hunt them with prejudice. It's great.
Well, clearly. Oh
Well,
my
here's
dear
a
lord.
question. What about writing this book has informed what you imagine for the story going forward? Like, because you have an idea for like a vision for what the story will look like over the course of many books, as is kind of the pulpy nature of this story. But
Yeah.
I'm sure as you wrote this book, it might have shaped and informed more of what you are wanting to do in the future.
Yeah, so I would say that probably the biggest influencing factor was the primary villain. And there's a couple like main antagonists in this book, but it's one of them. He does something near the very end of the book where I'm like, that is going to have very major consequences going forward. That said, it's kind of like an odd case where it's like, I want there to be rising stakes. This is probably going to be arguably the darkest entry in Steel and Stormbright, at least for the moment.
Yeah,
I don't.
I tried so hard to make him like, chill out on a lot of the stuff. I tried to make it more like, happier. He just. would
What
not-
are you talking about, man?
That's the truth. What are you talking about?
You were the one who suggested some of the edgiest ideas. I'm like, Jesus, Billy.
Oh no, I didn't. It was you. All you.
Sure.
And Gino. Yes, Gino as well.
Hey.
Otter's sitting here. Does Stormbite really have to juggle naked in front of a king for this to work? Or
Herman says, oh, look, another kahuna streaming from the bathroom appearance. Just be thankful he's not on the crapper.
I'm gonna laugh when he drops
That-
the fucking
that is-
camera.
brother,
Yeah.
that is Herman. That is vile. That is vile. I would never do that.
We also have Immortal Rising in the chat. Hail, good sir. Glad to have you with us. Oh, Immortal Rising is such a good guy. But yeah, so like, I would say that going forward, there is going to be rising stakes, but I also want to have like the tone sort of like get a bit brighter as well. And it's going to sound almost contradictory. But I ultimately view Steel and Stormbright as a saga of redemption. It's going through the darkness in order to reach the light. And it is going to be a bit of a writing challenge, but that's also how I see the story going. I have a few particular plot details that are really going to be influencing things that you guys will see in this second book. But yeah, that's the big thing. I would say it's the antagonist this time around. They have some major roles to play.
What will they be redeeming? They haven't really done. Like, are they redeeming something else? Because they themselves haven't really had a strong negative impact on anyone that I know.
Yeah, it's not a redemption of themselves, but it's a redemption of tragedy, like of what they lost. Like they're redeeming that aspect of their lives.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not like
avenging themselves. Not quite as vitriolic.
right. It's
Just
not
wanna-
like a redemption of like, oh, I did this in the past, time to redeem myself. It's more kind of like, we lost this, now we are going to reclaim it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm tracking with you. What about you, Umbrella Cat? I know you did a lot of art in the first book. Did you do much art in this book?
Unfortunately, no, just because life had gotten a bit busier for me. I also
Wow.
got injured where I couldn't draw there for a while. But I am back to... Yeah, I got in a car accident.
I'm gonna say this. I'm just joking with you, but you tried to get isekai.
Yes, I was hit by a truck gun. No, not really. But
She's trying
Such a
to
pesky little
save
fucker.
a cute nerdy guy, and then she thought a tractor was going to hit him, and then she had her heart attack, and here we are.
Let me try and see if I can find the artwork that that you ended up doing for Steel and Stormbright, because there's nothing in the book itself, but you did do an illustration here recently that I really enjoy.
Yes, it's one that I started back in maybe April, if I'm not mistaken, and I was finally able to finish it this much later. But yeah, like, I've only been able to really do more so kind of like special promotional illustrations, I would say. And I did the one for Stormbright, I think, more than a year ago. And this one for Steel, I finally completed, so now that they can be either paired together or he can use them for promotional purposes. Whatever he wants.
Well, that's valuable, because, like, book art can sometimes be very, very different than promotional art. Promotional art has to have a kind of dramatic flair that isn't always necessary.
All right, no, you are back.
I am back. Oh my gosh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
I actually went back and I turned off some sound. I think it's my stream, so just if you see it, make little wavy hands or something, or if it starts sounding bad, because I'm living basically in a Faraday cage. Like, I'm in a steel Quonset hut. The Wander bunker is like bomb proof, but it also is sick proof. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that can be a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, here is a bit of a gander at Umbrella Cat's illustration for Steel and Stormbright.
I did see this one. It's really, really good.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
thank
quite
you.
pleased with how it turned out.
Yeah, it's whenever I'm creating these illustrations, just because Neutron Boar has already like created the designs for like the front covers, I use those as reference and kind of take creative liberty, but also like get input from Otter of what he thinks would look appropriate too. So especially Steel's outfit, I changed the colors of it just because I didn't want there to be so much brown all together.
It does too much brown on the same art page feels like a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I wanted them to be able to go together, but also stand out from one another as well.
Well, there
I have a
is
question.
also
I have
the
a
extra
question.
factor here where there is a solid story reason for Steel to wear darker colors here, because he does assume a lot more of a thief role this time, which does include blending in with Shadow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is very much a factor.
Yeah, I personally, well, you see some artists use entirely like black for like certain designs or whatnot, but usually I like to, I find that they often use like a dark shade of either like blue or purple or something like that instead. It's more of like a charcoal gray if they use it anything like instead of entirely black, just because you want the line art to be darker than your like your main colors, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Also,
so I went... Oh,
go
sorry.
ahead.
I was just going to say, so I went more with, like, charcoal gray and then dark navy blue and, like, some purple and a bit of green for highlights, because you said Steel's eye color is green, right?
Yeah, so Steel had... this feels like such a pedantic thing whenever you're an author and it's like, well, let me tell you about my character's eye colors, but I can list them off to you. Like, Stormbright is like blue-eyed, whereas like Steel is like green-eyed. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, first time you make a character, it's like, what's their eye color?
No, I
At least
totally-
you didn't go weird with it, dude. A lot of modern fantasy books is like, and her eyes are the color of Pandora's box. What the fuck does that mean? Pardon my language.
I think it was like, it might have been Fourth Wing where something like that happened with the self-insert like husbando character. What's his name? Zayden.
Zayden.
Yeah, he had like mysterious eyes that were like golden with like flecks of ebony or something.
It just reminds me of those horrible, like, fan fiction people write where it's like, oh, they look deep into your eye color, and it's just literally putting you in the story as first person. It's really horrible.
Definitely have noticed that. Yeah, it's like there's this thing I've noticed too, especially with the rise of romantasy and popularity. It's like there aren't like all these tough men in stories are always like these heartthrob, like soft faced looking, like angelic kind of figures of men, like this kind of feminine ideal of what a man could look like, which is fine. But I'm like, I've known a lot of tough guys in person, and very few of them are angelic in their aspect.
Also, we've got a question in the chat. Herman asks, is this an enemies to lovers book? No. Just no. I'm going to say that right now. No, it's not. I'm sorry to disappoint you, Herman.
I mean... Technically,
so Stormbright was talking to was talking to Thirst, and he's like, "I don't know. I don't think we should. It's not appropriate." And she said, "Shh."
Hold up, Otter. I'm not gonna say any spoilers, but technically, yes, there is a part that is. Yes. 100%.
I don't know if it's in that direction or not.
Hold up.
In either case, though.
Also, Billy, see if you can find that video. I'll have to go here soon. I'd love to.
Oh God!
All right, private chat, Otter. Private chat.
Do it.
RH Snow is just gonna be like scarred whenever she sees the artwork or the video that Kahuna generated.
Have you seen my artwork? Have you seen my? I'm gonna be perfectly fine with whatever you make.
All right.
Okay.
I have people to do my covers for me because I cannot do color line. Gorgeous. Beautiful.
Okay, Billy makes a good point. There is one instance of enemies to lovers in this book.
What?
Told you I'm right.
I was thinking of another character.
No. I know what you were thinking, but I'm like, technically, there is a plot line.
There is one enemies to lovers trope. One.
What?
Just one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's fun. I'll say that much.
But the question is it written well? Enemies to lovers trope.
Well, being the author myself, I will say that is an immutable fact. It cannot not be written well.
It's not open to interpretation. It's simply the best. He knows. He wrote it. His opinion is what matters.
Oh my dear Lord. But yeah, so that's kind of like one of the I guess you could say it's a trope I have, though I'm really not a big fan of that trope personally. Unless it's done under certain cases, then it's in my book. But yeah. You were saying RH Snow? I cut you off.
A bromantasy?
Well, I mean, it is a bromance. Mainly because the two protagonists are brothers.
They're brothers.
So,
Bromantasy.
Yeah, it's a full-on bromantasy.
I don't ever want to hear those words come out of your mouth again. Sorry.
Bromantasy.
We do not need because you know what's going to happen, Otter, are like the Japanese fans are going to get a hold of it. And they're gonna.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Differently.
No!
I told you he took some inspiration from Berserk.
Well, in either case,
that's a Griffith.
In either case, I'm gonna go ahead and show some of the interior artwork that's gonna be inside the book, coming here very soon. So this is probably my favorite one of them all. While I go ahead and add Wrangler back.
Nice.
Wasn't that one of the wizard types out there, a bromancer?
A bromancer.
Oh, I need that.
Oh my God, Christian, we could really ruin this image very easily.
Oh God.
You don't even need AI, just get Microsoft Paint.
Oh, I think I know what you're imagining. Yeah.
Oh no.
I get it.
I can provide a sample here if you guys give me a minute. No.
Sorry about the drop off, by the way. I was sitting in the vehicle in a parking lot waiting, and the rain just got harder and harder, and then finally it just said something went wrong, and I lost all signal.
Oh, man.
Oh, cell signal, the most reliable thing ever.
Yep.
There can never be any fault with it whatsoever.
That's right.
And this is easily the best image, or not easily the best, but it's my favorite. I'll say it's maybe my favorite.
It's my favorite. It is one where I think, like, I pretty much ended up taking a very similar, like, reference for inspiration. Whenever I saw this, I think I took the same, like, reference image that Razor used for his cover for
Yeah.
The Long Moonlight. Because it's like an image from, like, Thief the Dark Project. But I was like, here, Neutron Board, I have this as a reference, but I want it to be a little less like sinister and a little more kind of like, this is very much like a ponderous scene without like giving things away.
Get the feel of that. I love the fact that we have this dark foreground that actually pops so well, and I guess that's water. I'm not able to really see very well. Y'all are blind, but I love the contrast. It's absolutely fantastic, and it really does. It gives the vibe of someone pondering life's mystery.
Yeah, it's and just to help out RH, so that's not water below. He's actually on a rooftop, and he's looking out over a cityscape.
On a tiny screen, so I can see it, but it looks like that actually is so
It's smoke coming off the buildings, and below is supposed to be the city light
that is
radiating
cool.
off the streets.
So, Otter, suppose that his Steele's inner voice sounded like Eric Cartman. What would he be contemplating? Can you give me an impersonation of what he would be contemplating up there in that voice?
I wonder why those 2 moons are smaller than me. My friends always call me fat, but I'm really big boned.
Hold up, pull that image up again one more time.
Oh God.
You
Okay.
got one drooping than the other.
Why is one drooping? I guess it hangs left. That's what they always say.
Never even, always offsides.
There you go. Does that satisfy you?
Yes. Always
All right.
satisfied the physical life. It's generally
All right.
better for the safety of all.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and show off some of the other interior artwork. This is another one I'm quite a big fan of. Yeah, so this one is actually a bit of an earlier scene, but I'm quite pleased with it, I have to say.
I liked it.
No, that's dope. Yeah. No, I'm not actually sure I saw this one. I might have not seen this one until now. This is really good.
Yeah, this one is part of the trailer, so I mean it is shown. Though I do think it kind of gets overlooked for some of the other sketches and illustrations that go on. Because there are a few that are like real standouts.
Okay, you can see the action, you can see the swing. There's so much motion with the hair and everything else, and it's against the static foreground. It looks fantastic.
I think, and I said it once, I'll say it again. I think Neutron Board really outdid himself with the artwork for this book. This is something where I've talked with Neutron Board quite a bit, like regarding like the illustrations and kind of like the reference images and a lot of the world building kind of supporting a lot of this. And the dude's been enthusiastic about it since the very start. Like he was more than willing to like pump out pretty much double the artwork compared to the first book. So there's quite a few illustrations this time around. I'm very happy to say.
Because you're an established author now.
Yeah, or more accurately, an established otter, if you'll excuse the pun.
Absolutely.
You water weaseled another pun into the
Oh my
conversation.
God,
Way to go.
you wasted the perfect joke, Christian. You could say, well, anyways, I'm out of here.
Actually,
but
speaking of which, I do gotta go get like dinner ready for the kiddos.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
see? Perfect segue. You ruined it.
I gotta
anyway,
ask. Was
Billy
there...
Bob, I'll send it to you. Make sure that everybody, including our unfortunate RH, witnesses the glory that we possessed the chat last night.
We need that.
Good.
We need that.
Good job on your book, Otter. God bless you all. And I'm sorry.
God bless and God
Later,
speed.
Kahuna.
Good night.
See ya.
Ooh, stream not ruined. Not yet. Don't tell Kahuna I said that.
He's not
he'll
sorry.
be back. He'll be back if he hears that.
Oh, damn. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Oh, boy. Okay. Were there any other illustrations that caught your all's eye from the trailer? We can take a bit of a closer look for a few of them. I can also pull up one if nothing comes to mind.
I'm
There's
gonna be
still a
honest with
few
you, Otter. I don't remember which ones you've actually shown and which ones I know about that haven't been shown.
No, it's fine. Here's one that was part of the trailer that I'm a really big fan of.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so
That's what I
this
was
is
about
actually,
to ask you is who's the big guy there?
would you believe me if I told you he was a ghost?
Dude, that's awesome.
I've never seen a ghost that looked so heavy.
Well, that's the thing.
Hold up, you calling the
He-
ghost fat?
And like, it's not what you'd really think of whenever I say ghost, but there's a reason for that, and I
Yeah.
neglect to say any more.
You can't. It'll give a spoiler.
Yeah, too many spoilers.
Spoiler. But no, I love this. It actually reminds me. I don't know if you know Gustave Doré. Has a style similar to this. I know that Neutron will know who I'm talking about, and probably you too, Umbrella Cat. He does a lot of technical work in this really heavy, dark look with that one little light coming in through the window. That's so sweet. I want to see this on a bigger screen so bad right now.
RH Snow, I honestly think you should like beat the shit out of your mic. He just really does not like you tonight.
The internet connection, that's just how it goes sometimes.
No, I don't know what's going on with it. Is it broken up or does it just sound weird?
It breaks up at certain points.
Oh, that's the signal. I don't know what else to do. I'm
We
sorry.
also
He goes from
have-
sounding like RH Snow to sounding like a busted drive-through speaker all of a sudden.
So before I get any farther, we do have an extra guest joining us. He is none other than our resident French Canadian, Frederick Guimont.
How do you do, fellow kids, I guess?
How do
Oh,
you
wow.
do?
You read his last name in the frequency style?
He's gone in the Royce style, I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can say Guimont.
Yeah.
How are you, Mr. Guimont?
I'm pretty good. How you guys doing?
I'm doing utterly fantastic.
Of course you are.
Oh boy. I see that you are drawing none other than our fair two-headed lady. Of course, two-headed ladies.
No, this one has nothing to do with your book, Otter. This is a normal two-headed woman who just lost her SNAP benefits on November
I see.
1st.
I see.
She waiting outside the grocery store?
No, she just, she's eating her neighbors. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
See
Yeah,
right here.
I went ahead and enhanced. There we go.
Zoom, enhance.
The action toes, I see.
Yeah, a nice overhead shot for a little bit of force perspective. I've got to slim her legs down. This one, calf muscles.
I don't
are
remember
big.
that scene playing out like that, Otter.
Hold on, Frederick. Give one of them the face of Rachel Zegler and the other one the face of Bella Ramsey.
Oh my god.
Are those your fantasy frequency? Are we peering
Well,
into
this is Halloween. Aren't we supposed to discuss horrors?
Aaron C just says she has two mouths to feed.
I would do Zegler, and how about what's her name, Greta Thunberg?
I was gonna say Greta Thunberg.
How dare you?
Greta Thunberg.
Oh my god, Christian did something last night with Grok that is cursed.
Oh god, it was so cursed. I thought it was
It's-
gonna be bad. It was worse.
It's still etched in my mind now.
What did he do?
Oh god.
Unspeakable things, Wrangler. Unspeakable things.
I'm not
Well, I
even,
mean, it
like,
basically
I'm not
put
even
in
sure I can show it
gameplay.
on YouTube.
Like, he put leaked footage of, like, Otter in there, and it changed it a little bit. That's all it did.
Just a little bit. Oh
leaked
god.
footage. Is it leaked footage or footage of Otter
No,
leaking?
someone was leaking in the
Oh
footage.
God.
Oh god.
Help.
In either case, I'll go ahead and bring up the image again in case you all missed it.
In Otter news,
In Otter news, we also had Aaron C in the chat
yeah.
saying, "Uh-oh." There we go. In other news, we have Aaron C saying he missed the trailer. I believe he's talking about the ghost here. He thinks it's a revenant. Ooh, interesting guess.
I'm trying to remember what the fuck it was. It's been a while since I've beta read.
Yeah, the last time I'm trying to remember. I think you beta read like my third draft. I think that was the last one, and in total there was like 6 drafts with this book. So
Wow.
some things got shuffled around.
I know I read some earlier draft stuff, but I don't remember what version it was.
I think
was
I did. It
probably
was like
around
2
draft
full.
4.
I think 2 drafts is what I ended up reading through.
Yeah, it
Before
was
I
a
ended
little
up-
while ago. Just a
And
little
like I
while.
said, I tried to make it like so much more lighthearted, but Otter just.
Yeah,
Well,
sure.
I
Sure.
remember
The Song of Ice and Fire enthusiast saying he's trying to tone it down. Sure.
Yeah.
the part he had me read, he was like, "Is this too much, Cat? Should I remove this?" And I'm like, That's all I remember.
It was so. I will say this: it was kind of an interesting writing challenge because with book 1, I remember in my earlier drafts making the story like pretty tame, and it was like by the end I was like, okay, I actually want to ramp this up a little bit, like just because it's like there's some edge that is pretty natural and like I think it would do a disservice to the story otherwise. This time around, I actually had to tone things down a little bit more, where it's like, and I mentioned this a little bit whenever I was talking with Royce about Curse of the Star Raids. Is like I wouldn't call this like Berserk level, but at the same time, it's kind of like in the same vein as like Vinland Saga or like Conan, where it's like you're not like going into like. It's like you're trying to walk a tightrope between like something being entertaining, being a little edgy as well, but you're also trying to like keep it focused on like character development and narrative. And like that can be a bit of a tough tightrope to like follow sometimes. That's the way I'd put it.
Okay, so on a scale of Berserk to Blood Meridian, where is it?
Oh god, those are both extremes. Good lord.
So it's not.
I'll say this, it doesn't approach either of those levels. Those are pretty extreme.
Yeah, I know. I kept him from getting to that level.
Thank you. Thank
Sure you did.
I'm so
Sure
proud.
you did.
That's the official narrative, Otter.
Yeah, totally not the reverse.
So
Oh
it's
boy.
My Little Pony and Berserk, then is what you're saying.
If My Little Pony was a 1 and Berserk was a 10, this would probably be about a 7, I guess.
So it's up there. It's actually getting pretty edgy.
It's pretty edgy. I would say it's about as edgy as the first book, if not a little edgier. But not too much farther either. Like it.
I thought of that joke.
Can we just
What?
call you Edgelord Otter?
Yeah. Call me Sir Edgelord.
Otter was wanting all
Otter.
kinds of edge in the book, guys.
Oh God.
Oh God. No. Like,
All right.
stop, Billy.
Your edge from gore or from situational stuff?
It's more contextual, and I wouldn't even say it's like anything like explicit or graphic either. It's more kind of like context and like character motivation, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does.
Yeah. Like I would call it more of kind of like the actual like character development and themes of the story, and which is really what I was more kind of like the main driving force, I guess.
Now, personally, I think that even if you are like broaching on dark topics or even uncomfortable situations, as long as it adds like depth or like, you know, more to the story or the character, as long as you're not taking it too far, I don't see anything wrong with it personally.
Yeah, I'm absolutely on the same page. I agree with you.
How
Yeah.
many
As long as it
minotaurs
also
are there
makes
in the
sense.
story?
Oh no! I say that, but Machi has Minotaur people, but they're not like that kind.
I don't have minotaurs in my story, all right?
Okay, fine.
I ain't that kind of otter, all right?
All right.
Wait, that's not true. In the first book, you had a Minotaur.
That
Oh
is-
fuck! Oh no!
yeah. There
I
you
didn't
go.
even think about it.
Dude, you can sell this.
Yeah, your sales are going to go up.
All right, ladies. There, by the curse of the Star Raids now, there's a big ass minotaur in it.
Oh, card Star Bright Mushroom Farm. That's great.
Curse of the Milk Raids.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh god. Well, that just ruined everything. I think the stream is officially ruined now.
That's right.
It's my fault.
Yeah, it was all Frederick's
I mean, it
fault.
is always the French's fault. Whatever happens, it's
That's
always
right.
the French.
Oh no. Immortal Rising, why? Minotaur masseuse?
Ow. Just stop that right now, young man. Don't do it anymore.
Stop it, please. For the love of God and all that is holy.
That's right.
You know what, Otter? I know what short story you need to write now.
Okay.
It'll go well with the Sasquatch one I'm gonna do.
Oh
Sa-
no.
Says the Mogwai who is like claiming to have toned down my story. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I did. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm so proud.
Like you just went so far, man.
What the heck is this? Oh my
Oh, yeah.
god.
Now you see what I mean, okay? All right.
Why?
We may have to show this, but it's like
Yes.
it's bad.
No.
Oh my god. I don't know if you should or not.
Like I said, I'm not sure if I can show
you
this.
you can, Otter. I had, dude. I showed off the
Oh, God.
one Eclipse chapter in Berserk on a stream. You're fine.
Kahuna, why?
Go ahead, play it, Otter.
I'm trying to like answer like book related questions and this is just becoming like chaos immediately.
No, but that was the original ending of the book that you were gonna show, right? Before I got you to change it.
No. Just no.
This was after you watched Sausage Party, and you're like, man, that's a great way to end this story.
That's a great way to end a movie. All right, moving on. What are some things you guys are looking forward to in book 2? Was there any parts of the world that you guys were wanting to see a bit more of, especially with Shadow of the Twin Moons? Because there's a bit of a setting shift. Not complete, but it's like, I guess you could say the scope is a little different too. Instead of it being kind of like battle fantasy, it's a little more on the cloak and dagger side.
Cool. Do the moons count as somewhere we want to see?
I mean, depends on what you say, but what you mean by moons. There are the physical moons, and then there's the metaphorical moons, but I will not delve into that any further.
Is it the athletic kind?
Which one do you want me to show? Immortal Rising asks, "Is that the '84 Dune soundtrack?" No, it's actually the Bloodborne soundtrack.
Oh, good. Now, I think I'm a lot excited about because when we first start off the series, when we talk about the brothers and how they're interacting and everything, it's so wholesome and young, and you have this beautiful vibe that I when I put it in your review, I actually talked about the wholesomeness of it, that familial bond that is. It establishes the characters, And now we get to see them when you're talking about this edgy part, this darker part. That's what we all go through when we grow up. That's how we break free of our family that we come from, and we move forward in this. And it's not necessarily that they're falling apart from each other, but that darkness is what challenges us to grow as human beings. And so I'm excited because I loved these characters to begin with, and to see them growing as men, to see them changing, becoming that darker part that we all have to embrace. I think that that's going to be exciting, and I love the way you wrote them the first time, so I'm really excited.
Just out of curiosity, Otter, did you ever list like their ages at any point in the books?
Yes. So I don't know if I stated it explicitly within the story itself, but it's in the glossary I have. So
I think in the
that
first
was
one
pretty
you
thorough
actually
too.
establish
States their age
You
at the
establish
beginning
their age at the
and the
beginning,
end.
and then how much time has passed.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
within
because I can't remember if.
yeah, in Curse of the Star Raids, like 2 years end up passing in total. A little more actually. Probably around like say about like 2 years and about another like 3 months in total. So
very-
it's like from there they go from being like Steel is like 15 to 17 and Stormbred is like 13 to 15. And the like Shadow of Twin Moons, it's a much shorter time frame. I guess you could really say it's more kind of like about a month or two.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a much smaller time frame. And this is one aspect I'm going to be interesting to hear kind of like the feedback on, because the scope of book 2 is a little smaller compared to book 1.
Well, you sounds like you're dealing with a You're dealing with a pivotal moment in their character development, and you're taking them from that first world, that little slower dance where we get a chance to really establish those characters, to fall in love with them, to see how wonderful they are, and then you've taken them through this probably what I would say, if you're telling me right, a traumatic event, is that correct, or a catalyst of some kind that's a really emotionally darker than it was. And so that's going to be that shorter period, but you're going to have a chance to go through it moment by moment with them in this book. Is that correct?
So there are certain parts I would say where it's like a little traumatic. It's more of a not only a pivotal moment for not just for the brothers, but for a few other characters and the world at large. The big idea though is that it's going to be small things that lead to much bigger happenings down the road. And that is one of the reasons why I would say book 2 is smaller in scope compared to Curse of the Star Raids. Is one, I wanted to have a more personal, kind of like more of a zoomed in, like more personal kind of like tale as well, even though book 1 is quite personal. But at the same time, I wanted it to be more kind of like, you're seeing these characters more very much on the ground level. You get a bit of that in the Curse of the Star Raids, but at the same time, you have like flying demons, like great battles, like cities that are in the skies as well. This one is like a lot more kind of like grounded in one sense, but there are still much bigger things happening behind the scenes, which lead to very big things through implication.
So they're going to be handling things more mano a mano in incidents on this one then.
Precisely.
Ooh.
Yeah. And this is another thing I think is quite a big component of the Shadow of Twin Moons, is it's not just personal tales, it's interpersonal relationships that lead to bigger happenings as well. I know Billy knows what I'm talking about, but there is one that has some pretty major implications, in fact.
Is it enemies to lovers one? Is that what that is?
Perhaps. Who knows?
Oh, I knew it.
Yeah. There are some major character developments going on. I will also say this. It is not just going to be Steel and Stormbright that are being truly tested on a personal level in Shadow of the Twin Moons. It is also going to be some of the antagonists as well.
Really?
Yep.
That headed lady then.
Yeah, I am super excited to see kind of like I'm really stoked to see what people start theorizing and thinking kind of like with some of these characters going forward, because there is a lot more that's going to be happening with this. The plan is that the scope is going to be zooming out more with book 3. So yeah, it's there's a bit of a balancing act going on, I guess you could say.
Cool.
Herman
Well.
says cats and dogs living together.
That's babies having babies. It's terrible.
Oh Lord. I cut you off, Umbrella. What were you about to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to head out for the night. It's nice talking to everyone, though.
Traitor.
I love
Traitor.
How dare you?
Okay.
Have a good night, Umbrella.
Good night.
Yins too. Congratulations on the release of your second book, Otter.
How dare you? And thank you.
Well,
Goodbye, y'all. Say it.
bye.
Say it.
I don't say y'all.
It doesn't say y'all. She says yins.
Yeah, where we come
Y'all
from, it's
nasty
yuns.
Eastern Tennessee people.
Says the
Hey.
Tennessee person.
Yeah, I'm from the best part of the state, Middle Tennessee.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah, y'all.
The important part of Tennessee.
We just have Sami Sadek. I hope I'm saying that right. In the chat, he says, "Best of luck to you, Lord Otter, in the release of your second book. Hope it all works out. Thank you, good sir, and many thanks for all the best wishes. God bless, good sir."
Yep. Again, congratulations and good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. God bless.
Bye.
Okay.
God bless.
God bless you. Oh,
And the cat is gone.
no.
Such a grand loss.
I know. Did she get to see the trailer that you keep teasing us with, but will never show?
I mean, we are far enough in the trailer,
Yeah.
not in the trailer, in the stream that I will go ahead and show the trailer once more. Even though it's been off to the side, we can
Yes.
go ahead and go
Yes.
through the proper shebang once more. In 3, 2.
Yeah. That is so metal.
Yeah, that was Evelay who ended up doing the song. I was lucky enough to write the lyrics for it, and he took those lyrics and ran with it.
That is awesome. No, I love it. I love the fact that y'all did that music, and it fits so perfectly with. It really does kind of have a heavy metal vibe, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Sammy comments again saying, "Where do you plan to go from here? Would the possibility of a third book be likely or not?" Yeah, a third book is very much in the works. At the moment, so the overall length of Steel and Stormbright as a saga is kind of like up in the air, I would say, even though I do have a definitive end for it. And there are like I've been picturing this from the very beginning to have kind of like different segments of the story. But yeah, the current kind of like trajectory of what's going on, I'm imagining it's probably going to be around 4 books in total.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, not a trilogy because that'd be way too predictable. It's got to be a quadrilogy just because I am that kind of otter.
Even a pentology, that would be freaking fantastic.
We also have Teddy Rex joining us. Hello, Theo. He says, will all your villains continue to be overt personifications of common fetishes? Oh, God. Which is your favorite? Oh, God. Why?
So, which character represents the foot fetish?
I don't think I have one. I guess that'll be the next character I
It's the-
introduce. Who knows?
In the third book, I guess.
It'll be a two-headed chick with double feet.
Oh, God,
Kind of
no.
like a cat's double paws. She'll have like double feet, toes, or whatever.
It writes itself, doesn't it?
I mean, Quentin Tarantino will love that.
He would. He absolutely would. If I made a foot fetish character, I can almost guarantee you that Quentin Tarantino would adapt this book into a film.
It would be his final film.
He's like, screw an R-rated Star Trek. Let's go with this because there's a foot fetish character in it. Yeah, thank you, Teddy. Theo is being so considerate towards us. Because every character has to be a fetish character. Yeah, that's the natural state of things, obviously. There can be no other way.
Well, evidently that's what sells, so go for it at this point. Just be like, our next personification will be something you've never even seen before.
Yeah.
See, Theo, I mean, here, like, Kahuna is already giving us ideas, Theo. See, sexy mutant with 6 toes. That's obviously what it's going to be.
Polydactyly. It's a thing.
I hold on. I thought it was going to be a Minotaur gigolo.
No. Wouldn't that be a Minotaur gigolo?
Jiggler.
I mean, funny enough, Otter, I actually do have a pretty good idea for your third book's villain.
All right. I'm assuming that's going to be discussed with me behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Behind bars.
Well, I already told you the original
What?
what it should be, but I have
Yeah,
actually
and I absolutely agree with you, by the way. Don't say that, please. Sammy, please don't. I really don't want that in the story.
It's not about what you want, Otter. It's what the fans want.
So Otter, that's gonna be your Konosuba, and you're gonna have the succubus episode, but it's just minotaurs, right?
Oh, God, no.
No. No.
It's like, all right, time to really increase the viewer fan base for the romantasy readers. All right, time for a bunch of Minotaur husbandos to enter the mix.
You're gonna have a random subplot with Sasquatch-a-coon, right?
Obviously. It's romantasy and there's a foot fetish, you know?
Oh my gosh. That's I don't know.
With a propeller.
To be honest, it can't be that bad compared to what's already out there, Otter. I think you
I
gotta
will
have to work.
say this for the second book. I did make Otter ramp it up on kind of the brothers being hunted. That's not really that big of a spoiler. With the
It's really not. It's in like the prologue.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and it is set up with the ending of Curse of the Star Raids as well. So not really spoilers at all, but the Shadow of Twin Moons does involve the Steel and Stormbright. They are on the run as they are being actively tracked and hunted.
But there's a fun
I
part
was
of
like,
it.
Otter, make it more happy. And he was like, no, I gotta make it more depressing. Like they're getting really, really tired and hungry and cold.
Sure,
Otter,
that's
Gotta
how
give
it
them a
went,
break.
Billy.
And he was like, no, they have to suffer, right, Otter? Something like that.
Sure, that's exactly how that conversation went. How did you know?
Yeah. It's
Because
just-
Bill Bob is a ray of sunshine. Look at
yeah.
him.
Oh God, Theo, why? The next book is going to be Yowie, and he's releasing it this coming Pride Month. Oh God.
That's the gay. Isn't that the gay?
Yeah, that like Yowie is like it's like it's like what is it? It's gay manga for men.
Hey, Otter's not beating those allegations.
All right, here's another question. What's been the most difficult challenge you've encountered during the making of the series you've been doing? So I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but for me, it's been walking that tightrope where Steel and Stormbright, I would argue it's not a series for children, but I wouldn't put it at quite the same level as Berserk either, where it's like I'm wanting something kind of like along the lines of like Vagabond or Vinland Saga or Conan, where it's like there is enough kind of like edge to the story where it feels impactful, but at the same time, I don't want it to actually detract from the characters or the greater narrative. And that is a surprisingly tough tightrope to walk at times.
I think it's really, because then you have to decide: are you going to have cursing in it? Are you going to have?
So, I'll put it. It is kind of on the lines of Vagabond, specifically.
Really?
Vagabond, in terms of there's some spicy stuff.
A little spice.
A little bit of
There's some blood
spice.
there, but it's not like over the top.
Yeah, I wouldn't really compare it to like Berserk levels, but it is like Vagabond levels. That is a pretty like fair comparison.
Okay, so pretty up there then.
Yeah, pretty up there. Not like super extreme or anything, but it's like it is meant to be more of kind of like an adult tale with some fantasy whimsy thrown in, of course. But at the same time, I love stories where it's like it feels like there's a bit more grit. Like I love the trope of kind of like characters where it's like they're not exactly edgelords, but it's like you can kind of feel that they've been through a lot, either through the story that you read or just through the past, just how they interact. And I don't want them to be like some like smarmy, edgy atheist or anything, but I do want it to feel kind of like, yeah, there's some actual real stakes to this. Like it's not just like, oh yeah, the world's in peril.
What type of steaks, Otter?
What?
Yeah.
Was it otter
Ribeye
steak?
or T-bone?
Yeah, the otter steaks. Those are the real steaks.
All right, then let's go there. What are the stakes in this one, and not your T-bones? Go ahead. What are the stakes for the guys here?
They're the real stakes for both brothers is them losing their father, and they don't even know if he's alive or not. Their goal is to bring him back.
So that
at this point, it's little more than a hope. They just have an instinctive
ignore the
feeling.
bald white guy. Don't worry about it.
Oh God.
Don't ask questions.
No, that's
Oh God. Why, Theo? No, please don't. Like, Steel and Stormbright is child-friendly in the same manner that Conan is child-friendly, which is to say, it's really not.
I read Conan when I was like 11, and it deeply scarred me, so I guess that says a lot.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, you could argue, like, Steel and Stormbright, you could probably hand it, like, to, like, a teenager, and they probably enjoy reading it.
Yeah.
That said, it's like it's like handing Conan to a teenager. It's like not everybody is going to latch on to it.
I would put it in the 15-year-old age group. I think actually,
Yeah,
I
that's fair.
more young, just because of the age of the characters. It's more young adult oriented that they would see that and they would read it and like it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd put it at 12 years old. Come on. But then again, like I played GTA at like fucking 4 or 5 years old, so you know.
I know your y'all's generation's like, hey, let's go. You know,
Billy's the Song of Ice and Fire enthusiast. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We have Sammy again saying, "Don't be afraid to add that spice to make your story have impact, so long as it's your own, of course." Yeah, and that's exactly my viewpoint on it. I know. So there's a bit of spice in Curse of the Star Raids as well, sprinkled throughout here in a couple places. But the overall goal with it is, I don't want it just to be fan service. I think that's shallow and it's quite frankly overdone and clunky. I'd much rather have it be like something that tells you about the character.
Yeah.
Or more accurately shows you who this character is and what their actual motivations are. I think it's a much more effective method, and it is sort of a writing challenge I've seen where it's like I've experienced too many stories where it's like what spice there is just feels like it's shoehorned in. It doesn't fit. I'm like, screw it. Let's see if we can actually make it like a more natural component to the story, more natural to the characters, and not have it feel out of place.
Listen, if it's gonna have like sex and shit in there, at least be like George. Make it fucking so hilarious with the pros. Like I don't even care. Don't be like Fourth Wing. That was just straight up porn.
Oh God.
I have such a hard time with that because I have girls that I know that go to my church and they're like teenagers. They're reading Fourth Wing, and they're like, "Oh, I'm so excited you're writing books because I just read Fourth Wing." And I'm like, "You little child, you cannot be reading that."
Dude, no, hold up. On one thing, no kid should be reading that. When I say it's literally porn, it is porn.
Is it really?
In 2 chapters, it is literally porn.
And there's not. I know this is getting on a little rant, but it's like the prose. There is no prose. It's just straight to the fact. There's no flowery words to it.
It's raw.
Anyways, that's not in Otter's book. If he put that shit in the book, I'd actually fucking.
Oh my God! We've got another guest joining us. It is Sir Evele.
What's going on? Hey.
Hail, good
What's
sir.
up, dude?
Squeak, squeak? Is that what
Squeak,
you do around
squeak.
these parts? Squeak,
Yeah,
squeak.
that's our greetings around these parts, boy.
Howdy.
Also, Everlay, you gotta
Howdy.
give us a really bad movie take. That's how you gotta.
I only have the best movie take, so that would be impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah, the full greeting is squeak, squeak, show me your feet. But, this is the abridged version.
He's writing a toe fantasy. It's a toe fantasy.
Oh, lordy. What did I walk
Kahuna,
into?
Theo, and Frederick are making this all about foot fetishes.
Oh my
Hey, it was
God.
really great to see you guys. Have a good night. I'm just gonna get on that.
So R.H. Snow, would it be like a cryomancer and pyromancer, but he'd be like a toemancer, right?
A toe fantasy.
Yeah. He uses,
Yeah,
uses the wax and fungus.
I've not really thought too far on it, but you've opened that possibility. Thank goodness.
It's a new genre called tomantasy.
That's why I said that. We're coining that right now. Toe
Oh
fantasy.
no.
It's gonna be great.
I feel like somebody's gonna get really rich off of this idea,
I know, and it won't be me.
Won't be any of us.
and I'm gonna feel very torn about it because I'll be happy for you, but
I know.
torn.
It comes with a bookmark that has a toe at the end that you can suck while you're reading the
No!
book.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
You know what item? You know what enemy they were killing in Skyrim, Otter, right?
What is it, Billy?
You know what enemy they were killing in Skyrim, right?
What's that?
The giants, because they give you a big giant toe as a reward.
Oh, I see. I see how it is. I see how it is. Yeah, I did want to dive into a little bit of a different aspect of this, and it does have to do directly with the trailer, which is Evele's role in it with the killer song that he ended up making for it. I'm totally not biased. I totally didn't write any of the lyrics.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm kind of curious, Evele, how did that whole process go? Like, because I love how the riffs and everything just came together there in the end.
I mean, I grew up on power metal. Like, I used to listen to bands like Hammerfall and Halloween and Primal Fear. So it's kind of like, it's already kind of in me a little bit. And a lot of the music I grew up learning, a lot of the heart of those kind of riffs is sort of in my veins. And so whenever I was talking to you, I'm always telling people, okay, let me know like the tone, the style, and then send me some song references. Hey, what's going on?
Hey,
Oh, Alyssa Hazel.
how are
Yeah,
you guys doing?
Do well, do well.
Hey.
Utterly fantastic. Thank you very much.
Hahaha.
I've been talking about toe fantasies.
They turned this into a whole foot fetish thing. Please
Oh,
dispel those
no.
notions, Alyssa.
Oh no.
But I know that Alyssa's going to know about this. So, Emily, one of the things when I saw the trailer, I actually looked it up today. When the Autobots attacked the shuttle in Transformers, and NRG is playing like the Tools of Destruction or whatever, and it's like
Instruments of Destruction.
yeah.
I love Instruments of Destruction.
I'm surprised you guys haven't talked about Quentin Tarantino yet.
Oh, they did.
We mentioned it.
You didn't miss it, and thank goodness you don't need to be having that on your precious little innocent baby.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. I
Teddy
see that.
Rex is suggesting I add in a foot fetish character for book 3,
Oh,
and
no.
I told him that
No.
guaranteed Quentin Tarantino would adapt that.
Yeah.
Wait. No. There's already some messed up stuff in this book.
This stream is already ruined, so...
Oh, alright, it's fine. Alright, so have we actually, like, talked about your book yet, or are we still just talking about fantasy?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Let's talk about it.
Good. None of this.
Okay.
Good.
None of that stuff.
None of this tomantasy. If we haven't gotten to the meat and potatoes yet, then what's even the point?
Oh, we've already started discussing the Minotaur.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
Wait.
All right. So I know whenever Umbrella left the stream, things just kind of became chaos. But what are some things that you guys are pretty much expecting with book 2? Going on into book 3, I know we discussed that a little bit with the trajectory of Steel and Stormbright going forward. What other ideas and speculations did you guys have in mind?
Well, for me personally, I think General Sayerst, is that how we're saying her name? Sayerst or Sayerst? Which one?
Sayerst, though Billy will
Sayerst.
disagree with you on the spot.
Cares.
Oh.
I say cares.
Oh, I feel like, and I don't want to go to spoil territories because I'm ready for people to get into this book. I think she is going to become either like a full embodied villainess or like a third party kind of where not quite bad guy, not quite good guy, but kind of like a deal with the devil kind of character that Steel and Stormbright are going to have to work with in some way.
You're talking about like that chaotic neutral almost element with.
Maybe not chaotic neutral, because I feel like there is a sense of some type of oath and some type of order to her. Like, even though she's a very chaotic person, there is there's just something about her that she has a natural order to her. It's kind of like the cycle of the seasons, or like hurricane season. Like, it's coming, it has its scheduled time. There's an unpredictability about it, but there is a natural process about it, if that makes sense. But I mean, that was how I read the character.
Yeah, and it's one of those aspects of the story where I really want to see what people take away from the end of book 2, because General Karst, I have a feeling people are going to have some thoughts about her by the end. I'm curious to see what those thoughts are. One of the biggest goals with book 2 is that not only am I taking Steel and Stormbright themselves into new and interesting directions, but also General Karst. They're, I guess you could say, their mortal enemy.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Let's see. In the chat, Teddy is saying, I have a theory that Alyssa has a villain alter ego. She's got that I live in a stone structure with carved gargoyles vibe.
I've seen the mortgages on those things and the heat costs, so probably not for many years to come. I've seen the monetary trajectory for most indie authors, so
Yeah, really.
maybe I can swing a sheath shed at some point that has like a little gargoyle attached to the side.
Yeah, awesome.
We'll see how that goes.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
This is my thinking shack, and it has like a Halloween, like a Party City, like gargoyle glued above the threshold. And enter all ye who darest.
Okay.
Teddy's got a good point, though. You said volcano there solves the heat problem.
I mean,
That is true.
That's true. But then you have the cooling problem, and like the
And he's got the
insurance.
next solution in the
Can
next.
you imagine
post.
the insurance costs on a villainous
like layer next to a volcano.
Well, that's not safe. What you want to do is heat with Bitcoin miners. That way, you get your
Wait.
stash of Bitcoin as you heat.
I'm just picturing like Minecraft children being my like Oompa Loompa minions.
That's exactly what it's like.
We do have another question from Kahuna, who was just on the stream earlier. He says, expansion of the magic system. In a couple ways. In a couple ways.
Cool.
Does that mean cumsicles?
No.
I like trying to figure out magic systems.
So like the overall goal, and I've heard other like readers, like fans of Curse of the Star Raids explain it, and it is pretty much the goal with the magic system is like the overall magic in Steel and Stormbright is it's very much in flux. It's a very chaotic thing, though there are hard edges to it. Like there are defined boundaries for the most part. And that's exactly how I like it, especially with sword and sorcery. I like magic that's just a little dangerous.
Yeah, I think.
On that way.
Did you repost
hard
something
rules like
that-
don't cross the streams?
What was that, Alyssa?
I feel like there was a post at some point on Twitter about magic systems, and this was like maybe last month or something, about how you prefer your magic, and I think you commented on it about it being closer to sword and sorcery, though my brain could just be fried.
No, I remember the post. I'm trying to remember what exactly I said.
Do we prefer hard or soft magic systems?
That was it.
Yeah, and for me personally, I lean a little towards the softer side for magic systems. But it does largely vary on the type of story you're going to tell. That is very much a factor. If you're writing a high fantasy world and it's like magic is a major factor to these characters' lives, like chances are it's going to be more of a rules defined structure to it, at least in some way. But as for like Steel and Stormbright itself, like there is some structure to it, mainly because Stormbright himself is a sorcerer. So I believe there has to be some stakes there. Like it doesn't have to be too defined, but you do want to know where his limits are.
Yeah.
But as for the magic itself, I think this is especially true with sword and sorcery, where it's like it needs to be, at least to some degree, kind of like a chaotic force, or at least unknowable to a certain extent. Like there's always more to it than you think there is. Humanity can't really fully wrap its collective mind around it. And
why we want it that way, because it's mysterious.
Exactly.
There's a difference when you have the really hard magic systems where people are reading it. It's kind of like if you talk Warhammer with a person that's just there so they can whack up people. They're all excited because they're just whacking up something. You talk to somebody who's actually wanting to talk lore, they get into like 9 pages of one little detail that's over here. There's 2 different kinds of readers for this. And for most of us, we're looking for magic. We're looking for that mystery of it. And sword and sorcery has that mystery. You talked about Conan earlier. Conan has that mystery. Part of the reason why is because he's seeing it through the eyes of a barbarian. So there's still that fear there. There's still that wonder that actually embodies it. And when we go to hard magic systems and a lot of high fantasy, that mystery and the horror of it sort of starts to drift away. There's very few places where you see a really hard fantasy system or high fantasy with a hard magic. It has a tendency to lose the mystery. And I think that it actually keeps that mystery up.
I think one other thing that's unique about the world of Conan the Barbarian, and I believe, because he's the one that I'm most familiar with, of Robert E. Howard's work and a lot of other sword and sorcery kind of stuff, is that magic is nearly exclusively used by villains or the arrogant. It's not something often found with the good guys, and I think that's another kind of unique, chaotic part of the magic in Conan's world, where magic is something that is to be overcome, in a sense, or fought against, or it's an opposing force. Which I don't know. I feel like there's kind of like a potential 5-hour video essay deep dive into the chaos of man versus the chaos of magic present in Robert E. Howard's systems. But
I've largely heard that it's that magic in Conan, even though it is a mysterious force, it's usually an extension of kind of like civilization, which Robert E. Howard famously abhorred.
I mean,
like Conan was all about freedom, really, I guess.
Yeah. It's also, which is interesting because in one of the, I'm trying to remember, in one of the first stories he's featured in, though I might get my lore crossed here. The Phoenix on the Sword, I believe, is Old Man Conan, where he is king.
Yeah.
And he is ruler, but he is still looked on because he is still a barbarian, despite bringing peace and a layer of prosperity to his people, which is kind of interesting, like a neat kind of evolution of the character in that sense.
Yeah.
So I am going to pose a counterpoint slightly in Robert E. Howard's literature, and it's not with Conan, it's with Solomon Kane.
Yes.
Because he has his, like, probably his greatest companion, which is Nalonga, who is a juju man. And magic is very much mysterious, but it's also a case where it's like, and I think it's Nalonga who points out that there is good magic and evil magic. And it's like, he also kind of confronts Solomon Kane with being a little ignorant-minded in ways, which I always thought was a really compelling thing, especially when your main character is a Puritan.
I'll have to take your word on that. I'm not as familiar with his Solomon Kane work. The one story I read of his was a solo quest where he came across a young maiden who had been murdered, and he basically went out and was trying to find the perpetrators and basically nuke them.
Yeah, that is Red Shadows. That one is a really good one. I really like it.
I think
that was that the first Solomon Kane book.
It was the one that was first one that was published, I think.
Yeah, I think, and that might be why I'm not aware of the companion, because that might be a later edition.
He is in Red Shadows, but it's like much later on in the story because it goes into Africa, like after about a chapter or two.
Yeah, it's been way too long since I've gotten into that. I'm working my way through my decade-old TBR right now. So at some point, I'll cycle back through to Howard.
Tell me about it. I've been getting into a lot of Western literature as well as some fantasy that I've missed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I absolutely know the feeling. We do have Sammy with another question. He says, just out of interest, Lord Otter, do your books come with a map of the world that your story takes place in? Yes, it does, in fact.
And it's a very nice map, too.
It's pretty.
I'm very proud of it. And also, since a major part of the Shadow of Twin Moons takes place within a city called Kandala, we get a city map as well. So there is no shortage of maps this time around.
It's so pretty. Look at it. It looks like a Tolkien map. I want to kiss it.
So yes, there are plenty of maps.
Listen to how happy he is.
I'm very happy.
That's plenty of maps.
Maps for everyone.
So many maps. I feel like I missed a question. Was there... Oh yeah, there was another question by Sammy I think I missed. Once your series of 4 books are complete, have you got anything else planned you want to work on, or have you not thought that far ahead? So that does kind of factor into what I am working on the side here. I do plan for Steel and Stormbright to be the main series I'm working on at the moment. Though every here and there, I plan on releasing a single book that is pretty well self-contained. So the first one I'm working on, experimenting some ideas, doing some outlining, is a Western project where I've been getting some ideas from novels like True Grit, Blood Meridian,
Blood Meridian.
Lonesome Dove.
Blood Meridian's scary. Don't make it a scary.
It is a scary book. I just finished it the other day.
Oh god.
I need to put that one on my to be read as well. How long is it?
It's not that long of a book, actually. It's around 200 to 300 pages. To go off on a brief tangent about Blood Meridian, it's a beautifully written novel, but it is utterly horrific. Like, for a novel, it's about Berserk level of like bad, and it's not graphic or anything, but it's written in like a Homer epic style where it's like, and then this happened. Then there's really vibrant imagery of the desert and everything.
Yeah.
Now here's some brief details of all the horrible things these characters do. Back to desert traveling. I'm like, okay.
I might have to crack into that one after Dune for a palate cleanser, because Dune it's good. I have a lot of thoughts on it, but it's almost 800 pages, the entire trilogy of sorts. So I'm just like, I'm gonna need something afterwards. It's like 200 to 300 pages, so that sounds like it'd be perfect.
Dune is very much it's a bit of an investment, and I've only read the original, I guess you could say, trilogy. I haven't read any farther. But yeah, I know what you mean, and I've been seeing your thoughts on the toot scene, which
listen, I read that scene. In my defense, the reason why it was deranged is because I went to sleep at page 260 where they first brought it up. It was 10 o'clock at night. I was tired, and I just started cackling and before I go to sleep about it, and I'm just like, this. I just picture like Austin Powers, gadgetry attached to it, and then I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, couldn't get back to sleep, so I start reading it again, and I'm like, there's just so much going on, and I'm like, a tooth. Like 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, what is going on here? I need this. What is this all about? A tooth? Are you kidding me?
The story gets pretty trippy at a couple of points.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I think, I'm going to have to wait till the end for, I think it's definitely a book that if, not to sound pretentious or gatekeepery for a second, but I feel like if you value your craft as a writer, especially if you write science fiction, you should read it at least once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, not just because it's one of the most famous science fiction stories ever written, but because his world building is excellent. It's exquisite.
There's a whole appendix chapter on how Arrakis works as a planet, how it's cultivated, and normally I don't like reading over appendix chapters like that, but that one is really well detailed, and it's fascinating how it works.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I would love to read it in the original format, which he had written in a series of episodes, and have these chunks of action that are taking place. They're actually much smaller, and then he starts to string it all together, and he comes up with this fabulous world and the story. So to me, Dune is actually about the world building, almost more than anything else. And I know a lot of people, everybody has their favorite part of it. Yeah. But for me, Dune is about world building. And
also, to quell the controversy, Theo, yes, I used Incarnate for the maps. Yes, I am a dirty cheater. I'm a cheater, clam eater. Now give me fish.
There's world building, R.H. Snow, as well as it spans over generations. You get the first story initially with Paul Atreides, but when it goes into his son lives 4,000 years. Like the world building and the genetics that he goes into is absolutely mind blowing. That was one of my favorite parts of the novel.
And that is one thing I like about Dune as well, is the sheer scale of it, because and I would say one of my favorite parts of the world building of Dune is with the Fremen, is that what they're doing, they will not accomplish in their lifetimes, nor their children's lifetime. It's like 300 to 400 years down the road. That's what they're aiming for.
Yeah.
Well, with the Bene Gesserits as well. With their,
Yeah.
their
Well,
seeding of lore and go ahead.
And sorry, how I usually approach novels that have world building is I kind of ignore the appendix, and I'm like, okay, what can I gather just from reading the story through context? Which that's how I read Watership Down, like, and things like that. So it's just like I just give it to me straight, see if I can pick up everything that I need to from the story, and he integrates. It's not just like the scale and size of it, but the the aspects of it are very well interwoven into the day-to-day interactions. And I think that's what makes it, like, you can spend all day long building a world, but if it's not authentically etched into the page itself, then it's kind of meaningless. But I love how the Fremen are put out onto the page, because every time you encounter one of them, you get almost an alien kind of interaction, or it's completely different. And I don't know, it's just that kind of thing that I'm genuinely appreciating about the novel. So,
well, I almost think of it as being okay. I almost think of Elder Scrolls as like a mirror of Dune in some ways, because we have this big epic scale that goes on, starting with the very beginning to.
I will pinpoint a very specific game in Elder Scrolls that feels very much like Dune to me. Morrowind. Morrowind feels very much like Dune.
So do keep in mind with Elder Scrolls, it was fan-made lore and shit that put into it. A lot
Thanks,
of it.
Todd.
But no,
All of this just works.
It just works. But no, I love that part about it, because you do have all these different that epic scale. That's where I see that actually sort of reflect. And when you talk about that alien interaction, and I see that a lot, like with your lizard guys and gals. And I think those are when you have those interactions, that kind of alien feeling, where it's like you're dealing with a whole different set of people. You're dealing with these people that are the Forsworn, for instance, where you go in and it's just like a completely different world. And at the same time, you have them interacting on scale that they have to negotiate with each other, to trade, or potentially kill each other. And I think that that's really what Herbert brings to the table, is that epic scale that so many of us love, especially in our games now. And a lot of people don't realize that's where a lot of it starts, is with Dune.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I did see a couple questions that I neglected to answer. It was, let's see here. I think Sammy had another question. Have you ever thought about making a children's book? Well, it's certainly not going to be the case with Steel and Stormbright, but I will not.
C is for Sarist.
Then you have a Mogwai saying wrong, Surst.
Surst.
Oh God. But yeah,
It's not my fault you can't understand how to say your character's name properly.
Sure.
Well,
Just saying.
I mean, not to plug the audiobook, but I believe it'll get settled when the audiobook comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the audiobook is already out for Curse of the Star Raids, and I cleared it up with Sonnet himself saying, yes, it is indeed Karst.
What if
So
you just mixed
take
and
that,
matched?
Billy Mogwai.
Hold up. You didn't. That doesn't prove anything. It just tells you were telling him wrong.
Sure.
Like,
This is literally the death of the author right in front of us. It doesn't matter what he thought, because Billy Bob says it's Sarist.
That's true.
Surst.
Thirst.
Now I'm saying it like Billy wants.
Surst.
I'm actually gonna start. When I'm reading the next one, it's gonna be Surst from now on. Get out of here, Karst.
First with the athletic tits.
Oh God, it was really funny with what was it? I remember watching TLX.
That's just her title. That's just her title. When you eventually have a trading card game based off of.
Oh God!
It's just Sarist of the athletic tits.
I forgot what started that. It was some.
I know what it was because, like, and this is the funny thing because it's actually one of the more criticized aspects of book 1, which is the more spicy bit with Karist in it. Because it
I
originally
remember
wasn't
that.
that way. It originally wasn't that way. Like, I think it was, like, I did loot it up after it was like Billy and Sybil were both saying, yeah,
Me? What are you talking about? I told you to make it cleaner.
Billy.
yeah.
Billy, what did you do?
I was fucking. I was telling him he needed to have a description. No, never mind. I'm even gonna tell that joke.
Oh God.
There's a lady present.
Well, in either case, there was one bit from an earlier draft where I described, like, I had like one bit where it was like broad, like, description where it's like her athletic breasts, and it was like Billy and like several other beta readers at the time were like, what the hell is this description, Otter?
Well, it was specifically me because I kept giving you shit about it like constantly.
Well, it was a holdover from where she wasn't meant to be sexy, and I was going with the idea of like Olympic, like,
Physique.
Olympics like physique, where it's like they're kind of flat chested, but it's like it's more of an athlete's build. You're trying to stay lean.
Yeah.
That was before the book was kind of like leaning a bit more into like sword and sorcery tropes, with her being more of a femme fatale.
Yeah.
Whole story behind that. It was a holdover, and there came the meme.
Well, when I was first reading the book and I flipped to the page where it's the twin moons of Azathoth, as the joke goes in the Hazel household. I was like, I feel like I'm opening an OSR book all over again. I mean, that is one of the weird things. Not to get on a squirrel, but that is one of the interesting things about like flipping through OSR books. It's like, oh,
yeah,
okay,
like
harpies.
Well, it's mainly that sword and sorcery, and this is one of the things. It is part of the reason why I embraced kind of like parts of the lewdness with books 1, and to a lesser extent book 2. Well, lesser or greater depending on who you ask. Frankly, as the author, I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to see how audience interpretation rules it. But particularly with sword and sorcery, I always thought that the better sword and sorcery balance the sexy aspect with the storytelling aspect more naturally. I think Robert E. Howard did it very well.
Yeah. I think that Red Nails is a pretty good example of that balance done well. From what I remember of reading it, it's been too long, but that might have also been the illustrations in Red Nails in a certain edition of it. They actually reminded me of the illustrations in your first book that people should totally check out. They should get both books, actually.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
Trust me, I'm an otter.
Absolutely. I would give money to this man in exchange for literature.
Man.
I've done it once. I'm going to do it again. So, I mean...
Right.
But
Emmy follows up by saying, maybe think about doing the children's book far ahead of time. When you've done too much high fantasy, have a break from that for a little while and do something small like a children's book. Yeah, I won't put a children's book past me. It's just, it would have to be a very different tone. Definitely a different setting, for sure. Because this is one thing as a writer, I do want to see what types of stories I can sort of like flex my muscles with. Like, that's part of the reason why I'm actually trying to focus on a Western as a side story, is I don't want it to just be, I don't want to be an author that is just known for Steel and Stormbright and Swords and Sorcery. I'd rather be known as an author that is willing to try different techniques and blend different styles. That interests me way more than just focusing on one narrow path. Also, congratulations, we have the ad bots joining us from Twitch. They always come in.
Hey, ad bots, leave a review.
Evelyn, what do you mean that Karst sounds like some sort of like a healthcare plan?
Because it's
Karst.
got care at the beginning, you know. It's not care first, it's Karst. You
Well,
know, come
I
on
will
down,
say-
get your toes fixed down at Karst, you know, like an insurance plan or something.
Obviously.
Well, I will say Karst is probably the correct way to go about it. I've seen the AE pop up before, and this.
I just thought it'd be fun to take Billy Bob's side. That's all.
I mean, no, I'm just teasing.
Mrs. Snow, you're back.
I know. I had to go check my kitty cat. I needed to make sure my kitty cat was okay. So
Good.
Well, is your kitty cat okay?
yes, he's where I put him. He's over. Actually, he goes and he thinks he's a dog. His name is Habibi, and he's a stray. And so he thinks he's a dog, and he's grown up with all my puppies. So that he goes in. I had this giant dog crate. It's like it made like a table, and you can put all your coffee stuff on it, and it's like awesome, and it's so tall. And they're teeny tiny like little dogs. They're like little yappy type dogs. So he's in there with them right now. They're all so quiet and cuddly, and I'm like, okay, I didn't know you were even in there. So I almost got panicked for a minute because I'm like, what if he's outside? Because we have like coyotes and everything. So thank you for noticing I was gone though. Not just to be like, yo, finally she's out of here. Let's talk about something cool.
I will ask again, Evelyn, because I know I cut you off earlier. But like your experience, kind of like with creating the theme song.
Oh yeah. So I was just saying, like, I grew up listening to power metal, so and learning riffs and that kind of style is sort of in me somewhere in my own writing. And then I always reach out to whoever I'm working with and just say, give me like 4 or 5 songs that kind of capture the tone that you want this song to sound like. And you sent me, I believe it was Powerwolf. It was a Latin term. Do you remember what it was called? Something Intra Senti or something like that.
I
sent me
forget
that one.
Long name.
And then like 5 or 6 Eclipse songs. So
I was like, let's put it this way: Steel and Stormbright from a musical influence was heavily inspired by Eclipse and Blind Guardian.
Nice.
Those were two major musical inspirations.
If you had sent me a Blind Guardian song to pull from too, I don't think you did, but if you had, I would have looked for. I would have been like, I need to find a mandolin. Like,
well,
right away.
like I said, and I ended up telling this to Royce whenever he and I were talking about the Curse of the Star Raids, was that the mythical figure Old Man Darkness actually came about from me misinterpreting song lyrics from a Blind Guardian song.
Nice.
But, there is one song of theirs I absolutely adore. It's called And Then There Was Silence. And every time I hear the song, I think of like if you guys have ever read like the Elric and Melniboné saga, it always makes me think of that final book, Stormbringer, how chaotic it gets. But there is one bit where it's almost like a chant. They say Roman darkness, and for like the first 2 months that I listened to that song, I swore I heard Old Man Darkness.
So cool.
And then once I learned that I was actually hallucinating, I was like, hang on a second. I love that name.
Dude, okay, well you better not Elric of Melniboné me on this, because I swear to you, you do not end this story like that one did. That's the first time. I love the stories. I love the way they're written. It's so fantastic. Rage quitting again right at the end, just throwing it.
Well, I will say this, and this is kind of a promise from me, the author, to like you, the audience, to like pretty much all of my fans, is that I feel like I come across 2 different types of stories. And yes, I'm oversimplifying, but for the sake of an argument, I will illustrate as thus. There are 2 main types of stories I come across. One where it is primarily formulaic, though it's optimistic, and it will usually have a pretty solid ending. Then there is the experimental side that isn't afraid to do things in a very different and archaic manner, but the endings are usually awful. They're more often than not, they're terrible endings. And I want to try and see if I can somewhat blend the 2, where you have daring stories that aren't afraid to take major risks, but at the same time ending on an ultimately positive and solid note, instead of going into the full-on deconstruction route. That is one thing that's always bugged me in fiction, and I hardly ever see it done right.
it is a tough road to hoe because you have characters that people love, and that's why I said it right away. Don't you do my boys that way. Don't do that way to my little assurance. Because I don't want to see that thing where one of them's horribly corrupted and they never recover. The worst gaming experience that my daughter ever had was Fallout 4, where you cannot save the child. You cannot save your child. They're going to be the way they're going to be. And she hated that so much, she actually quit it right afterwards. She was like, I'm not ever playing Fallout again. And of course she did. But that part where you lose a character you love and there's no redeeming part of that is so tough on people when you go through, especially a series where you love the characters.
Yeah.
And wrecked. We have enough of that in our lives usually.
Yeah. Well, I'll use an example of what I mean whenever I say it's like you have stories that are willing to take risks, but they usually kind of like lose their way and they go too far down this kind of like spiral path. Attack on Titan. That story is not afraid to take on risks, but ask how many people enjoy the Marley arc whenever you're not really sure who's a hero and who's a villain. Everybody's just kind of equally terrible to each other. At that point, I even stopped losing the ability to care, and I'm just like, I don't care about the story anymore. It spiraled.
It got into the part where it's epic to look at. It's really cool looking. I mean, Attack on Titan is just, I don't know how to say it. It's visually, it's a feast for the brain, because it's not about looking beautiful. It's just the epic scale. Everything's so huge and so terrifying, and how do you hide from things like that? But so they lost the part where you have to have somebody to root for. You have to have somebody.
Yeah, but they did even worse because the author tried to make you root for somebody who fucking killed the fan favorite character.
The fan favorite character.
And then made is basically a female Eren. It's supposed to be like, look, from their point of view, you know, you're evil.
Yeah.
Also, Theo says, Otter, I have your children's book concept. Are you ready? Buck Rogers, but he's an otter.
Yay!
That is
Here,
a
Otter, I got
movie.
another one for you. Instead of Howard the Duck, it's Howard the Otter, right?
The legally safe knockoff of Howard the Duck.
Yeah, totally not plagiarized.
Yeah.
Please don't sue me.
Don't steal.
Howard the Duck. There's probably some good parts.
Let's see if we can share some more of the artwork really quick before we end up closing out the stream. We are going to be ending a little ways around 10 o'clock. Maybe we could probably go on a little bit longer, but that is kind of like the hard limit for tonight.
Yeah.
Let's see. I always did like this image in particular, I have to say. Particularly the two moons, and no, not those two moons, the ones up above.
Oh, it took me a second. I was like, moons.
Hey,
Oh,
look,
yeah.
we don't even need AI to make the joke. We can just take Microsoft Paint. There you go.
Yeah, this is so brutal, though. Just look at it. It's like literally like it looks haunted. It really does.
Without spoilers, you'll be happy. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, it's a very, very good scene.
There's a lot happening for sure.
Yeah.
And I shall show one more that I am quite a big fan of. In this rapid fire fashion.
Yeah.
But as that's being done, I am curious, Frederick.
Yes.
How is your illustration coming along? Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit.
Yeah. Developing the faces a little bit, got the shadows, starting to work on the shadows on one of the two faces. And
I love the face on the left, by the way, how she's like holding the chalice in her hand. That's such a mood to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna clean her up when I'm done, like, because a lot of the muscles are kind of exaggerated, so I know the lines to ink. So it's a little bit more, she looks a little bit more muscly than she will in the final version. And I also want to reference the other drawing before I finish her clothing and all that, just to make sure it's kind of accurate to the other. And I fleshed out is the right word, her victim over here. So it's hard perspective to do with the underside of the chin like that. So I think I got it pretty good. I've got a little bit of veins neck veins and tendons, which you don't want to overdo, but you kind of want to have, especially on a cadaver, you kind of want to have them there too.
It's a tough perspective to really get.
Yeah. And
Actually, I
put
think
a
it
lot
works so fantastic, though, and that looks so good.
Thank
Just
you.
the way you're looking down from the top, like that.
Yeah.
That's such a
Yeah.
hard feel.
Well, I wanted to get a view that I would make sure that Otter had a good view of the feet. He's always telling me it's important to him. So I'm trying to get as many feet
His
in
toe
the
fantasy.
drawing as I can. The toe fantasy, yeah.
Oh God,
We
what
have
is
birthed the genre, y'all. We've birthed the genre.
what is Theo saying here? Next book, a woman with one head, one leg, one arm, and 6 breasts. You know what, Theo? That is so ridiculous. It might just be in the 3rd book.
That's amazing.
I mean, especially when you're just writing it and you don't have to actually draw her, you can be like, as you know what I mean. Like you can be as mythical as you want as an author.
I'm just gonna do the H.P. Lovecraft thing where it's like something so grand and mysterious I cannot even describe it, and that's how I'm gonna describe it to Neutron Boar and all the other artists I commission.
An innumerable amount of breasts were flashing before his face. That could be an author.
Oh boy. But yeah, so it seems like we're kind of reaching the end of this little Q&A stream for the epic book launch of The Shadow of Twin Moons. Let's see. It seems like we have a couple questions. I did want to ask you guys if you all had any other questions that you wanted to ask the Otter tonight before the major release tomorrow.
I do. Okay.
Yes.
Was there any scene that you wrote that made you cry?
Not so. I will say this: as a person, it is rare when I cry over a story. There's a few parts, particularly around the end, that got to me. I did not weep, but it was tough to write.
Really? Wow.
There is one. Those who beta read probably know what I'm talking about. It's near the very end. And it is one of the things I am actually proud of as an author with The Shadow of Twin Moons. It is something I'm very proud about.
Good job.
Nice.
Sammy follows up with a quick question. What's been the most difficult creature to come up with for the series in terms of design? Oh, that's actually a bit of a tough one. I'm trying to think. Because there's a couple of creatures in Shadow of Twin Moons that are a little challenging. I'm not going to point to specifics, but there, and this kind of feeds into Kahuna asking about the magic system being expanded. There are certain aspects of magic within Steel and Stormbright that are linked to consciousness, meaning the more magically enhanced a creature is, the more different that it thinks, and how it views the world actually influences reality around them. And finding different ways to convey that idea is both really fun, but it can also be really challenging. Because at that point, the environment becomes part of the character.
It's like they're creating their own weather system.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
They're a hurricane. They're a hurricane. They're creating their own weather system. And that's how you would actually say that. You're making that. But yeah, it's really hard to use the language to describe it like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a writing challenge, but one I really enjoy. Because I really like writing trippy scenes into fantasy. It's one of the main reasons why I love fantasy. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, last round of questions. And then I think we're going to get into our classic shilling, because we have so many wonderfully creative minds with us tonight. All right. I'm hearing nothing, so I will take that as the end. And Theo ends on this saying, come on, Otter. Kahuna just wants a magic system where you can channel mana by surfing and casting all your spells through your board.
And you can do toes on the nose. You can hang 10, so you still get the whole foot manasy or toe manasy thing.
No.
Emily brings it back.
All right. Well, in that case, I think it's about time we started doing some shilling. Yeah, we can go ahead and start from the bottom. RH Snow, if you have audio, I will begin with you because since you guys and gals have joined me tonight, I think it's only fair that you all get the chance to market your wares as well, because you all have helped me tremendously with this second entry in the Steel and Stormbright saga. So we'll go ahead and start from the bottom with RH Snow.
Thank you so much. Well, first of all, I want to say how much I love everybody on this stream, Billy Bob, everyone, Frederick, and Wrangler, and Emily, and Alyssa, all my little children on here, and the ones that came on that aren't here right now, like Kahuna. Love you guys so much, and so proud of everything you're doing. It's been such a trip to watch y'all grow as artists and musicians and authors. And especially you, Alyssa, you're growing really, really big. Congratulations, yay!
I feel it too.
Yeah, you're really. Oh my gosh. But so you can find me at watcherthedam.com, where I sell my sci-fi western saga, Watcher the Dam. We're already on book 9. I've got almost a 1.5 million words written now on this thing. And surprisingly enough, have readers for all the books, which is really crazy. It's taken this long, but the readers are catching up now with the series because I wrote it so fast. And so I've been really excited to see it grow, and I would love to have you guys read it. And if you ever have, and if you hate it, don't tell me. But if you liked it, let me know. Well, no, okay, if you hate it, tell me, but just let me cry in the background. Okay. But I've had great, the marketing to a niche actually is how Watcher the Dam really has found its audience, is that we knew that there was going to be a smaller audience for it. We hit it. And fortunately for me, men who actually love romance and love, we're calling it a war fantasy. That's a great thing. So yeah, so go to get in on the revolution and fight for freedom with watcherthedam.com. And you can find me there. You can also find me at flow.page/rhsnow. That's flow.page/rhsnow, where you'll see all my socials and my links for my book at watcherthedam.com.
All right. Absolutely wonderful. All right. Next up, we'll go with Wrangler.
Yeah, well, what an interesting day to show, because you see, 27 years ago today, a 10-year-old Haley Starr tapped into her powers for the first time. You can follow that adventure, go over to Amazon and look up Haley Starr Bad Kitty and the follow-up Bad Kitty Haley's World. They are magic-fueled sci-fi adventures and a lot of fun, good for all ages, so you can read them yourselves, you can share it with your kids. It's all right. Well, the second one I would say 13 and up, but first one no problem. And you could also follow me on my YouTube channel. Do a channel search for @Wrangler212. It should pop right up. And my Substack, Frequency Studios. And I am shilled out. Thank you, Otter.
All right. Utterly fantastic. Evelyn.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much for having me. It's been really good to be with all of you guys. Thanks to the chat. And congrats, Lord Otter, and I wish you a ton of success on this second book launch. I hope things go really well for you. And I really appreciate you having me being a part of this whole project. It was a lot of fun working on the song for you, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So if you want to hear the full song as well as other songs I have done for other artists, you can get it. You just, a picture on that will show up. But you can just type Evely into your favorite streaming service. I've got everything from instrumental chiptune to melodic death metal, even like some lo-fi and stuff I've done for some people. So type in Evely, give it a spin, and I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Hell yeah. All right, next up, Mrs. Alyssa Hazel.
Hi, thanks for having me. I am very excited to see how this goes, and I'm proud of you for all the work you put into it. So I'm very excited to see how things go tomorrow. As for me, I guess you could just call me a speculative fiction and horror writer. I'm working on book 9, but I've written a couple of different things. Start off with a horror trilogy, a collection of short stories and weird fiction. Twitching Light trilogy. I am bouncing kind of back and forth right now between a science fiction thriller series, which I'm hoping will I call it the Helios system, where the The second book came out in July, and people have really been enjoying that. My current project that I'm hoping will be released in February is the part 2 to a low fantasy, almost a pseudo historical meets Grimm's fairy tale kind of world, and that's what I'm working on right now. I'm a little tired and zonked out of it, but if anything of that sounds interesting, I am on Instagram and Facebook, and technically Threads too, but I don't really check it that often, as at author Alyssa Hazel. But I think a lot more people know me from my deranged Tooth Dune posting on X. There I am, Alyssa Hazel with 3 S's, all one word. Yeah, and come for the memes, join the cult, and buy a book. I guess that's my sales pitch.
That's a great tagline.
Come for the frog pictures. Buy a book.
I've been seeing a lot of frog pictures from you lately. I was wondering about
that. Well, here's the thing: when you're pregnant and you're entering your 3rd trimester, and you see a picture of a fat frog just lying there, you're like, you know what, buddy? I feel it, buddy. Plus, there's like a lot of frog pictures on the internet. A lot of frog, like, could go on for years with new frog pictures and never use the same one twice.
The internet's got more frogs than a plagued Egypt.
That's true. A lot of frogs.
All right, sweet. Next up, Billy. Do you have anything to shill?
Nope.
All right. Frederick.
He has an Only Gremlins page. Go to it.
Yeah, that's right. Only Gremlins.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations, author. Yeah, I keep calling you author when I want to say otter, and I say like otter when I want to say author.
Author, author.
It's interchangeable. It's very fitting. Congratulations on your book, man. Thank you so much for having me do illustrations in that second tome. Super proud to be like a small part of that. And if you like those illustrations, you want to see some more of what I'm doing, check out ratelcomic.com. I'm crowdfunding a comic book right now. It's going to be printed in people's hands in March. And I'm also writing the sequel at the moment, the second part. So I'm thrilled to be surrounded by authors and otters who kind of inspire me and challenge me to write better stories as well. So kudos to you all.
Rattel Part 2.
You know it.
I'm not going to stop making that joke.
I wouldn't want you
to. All right. Well, as for me, I could say what I do, but I will go ahead and play the trailer one last time as a proper illustration of my capabilities as an otter author. And you saw that release date right, folks. The Shadow of Twin Moons releases tomorrow for the enjoyment of everyone, with some amazing artwork by both Frederick Guimont and Neutron Boar. Also, the trailer music was by none other than Sir Evely, who was kind enough to join us for this wonderful stream. Got some amazing beta readers, including Billy Bob Sack, Alyssa Hazel, Gino, and several others who were instrumental in making Book 2 as good as it is. So you can find all of that tomorrow for the Halloween season. Also, you can find me on Twitter and YouTube, of course, where I often joke about magic systems, water weasels, of course, and of course, I demand all your surfboards and your fish. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for this wonderful stream. As I bid you all adieu, God bless, and a wonderful night.
God bless everybody.
Night, guys.
God bless.
God bless us, everyone.